It's like kids laughing outside. I don't think I like it. Silly children. Tricks are for kids. Clarabelle. 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 There we go. Got it. Called it! How's it going, Tunes? What's the pal Megasnoop bringing a video today? And today I'm finally gonna finish the berg. I don't care. It's happening. Today. It is happening. I need to do 7 buildings. Goodness gracious. You think I'm gonna do 7 buildings in a day? Probably. We're gonna do this. Might take me more than an hour, but that is a risk I am willing to take. Nothing good in there anyway. Who cares? Do I have gags? Nope. And maybe I should take some time and look for a good district too, with maybe an invasion. That would be really nice. There's cold colors and senseless step, but I guarantee a lot of people are already taking those. So let's go anyway. Senseless step, here we go. But today we're bringing another Toonie the Tiger episode. Toonie the Tiger has been in the berg for like a year now, and it's ridiculous. And I'm gonna go play a trolley game real quick because I have like no jelly beans. But being in the berg for a year now is really put some strain on him and his relationship. He's a cold-hearted, dead inside shadow of a man. I don't know if he'll ever recover. The berg does things to you, man. It does. It's scary. People think the berg is a nice and happy place. No, there's a reason why it's all white out. There's no color. There's no feelings. There's no happiness in the berg. It's just the berg. Which I've been meaning to say. I'm ready to speedrun it any day now. And by any day, I mean next week, but oh well. But that should be fun. And a lot of people have pointed out the irony of the fact that Toonie the Tiger has been in the berg for a year now, and I'm playing Toon Memory. I'm gotta exit. Abandoned ship! Maybe I'll just fish for a bit. Oh well. So as I was saying, Toonie the Tiger has been in the berg for over a year now, and a lot of people have noticed that I started a new tune that I've been using for speedrunning playgrounds, and I started that a month ago. And he's already got better gags than Toonie, but that tune is literally gonna pass Toonie in a month, whereas Toonie's been working on this forever. So it's rather ironic of like how long it's taken me to get Toonie the Tiger through the game, whereas this speedrun tune, I'm literally finishing playgrounds in mere hours. Like heck, I finished Daisies in just about an hour. It was like just over an hour and 9 minutes. And you could totally do it in under an hour because I had like a couple hiccups that slowed me down. So sub 1 hour Daisy's Garden is definitely doable, and I could see it happening. And then I had someone else already do the Minnie's Melody Land speedrun, and they finished in just over 3 hours. So they've been doing pretty good. I'm gonna be doing that on Sunday for Sub Sunday. If this doesn't get uploaded by Sunday, then maybe I've already done it, I don't know. But the point is that you can get through a majority of the game very quickly. If you start at like 8 a.m. and you just have help and you speedrun through the game, you can probably finish Minnie's Melody Land by that evening. This game is a short game in retrospect. Like, it gets a lot longer once you start doing all the grindy stuff. I don't care. We're gonna steal this building. I don't care. Ban me, TTR. You won't. Ban me. Alright, but we got our first building here, which means I can move on to my first topic of the video. Let's go. We're doing this. And that topic actually has to do with speedrunning Toontown. And I talked about this a little bit over the past few videos, and I know I've been talking about it a lot on stream because a lot of my streams have been geared towards doing this. So I wanted to go over just a tiny little aspect that I didn't feel required its own video, so I'm just gonna slip it into a Toonie the Tiger, and hopefully people who this affects are listening, and if not, you can link them this video and they can hear my words about it. Here are the words. Stop taking it so seriously. Like, legitimately, you think we care more about it than you do for some reason. I don't get it. It's not like there's a lot of people doing this, but there's a few people doing this who seem to really care about the rules and about speedrunning and to make sure that it's put the best way possible and that every speedrun is done with integrity and honor, and nobody cares. Speedrunning isn't necessarily about getting the top overall best time for anyone anywhere. Speedrunning is supposed to be a personal challenge. The whole reason most people get into speedrunning is so that they can try it and then they can beat their own time. Of course, not everybody is going to be able to qualify for world record speed. There's only one #1 spot that one person can have. And then maybe that #1 spot will swap between a few different people who are really, really good. But that's not what speedrunning should be about. Speedrunning should be about challenging yourself and seeing how well you can do and pushing yourself to do better. Heck, the reason why I'm speedrunning is so that once I finish all the playgrounds, I'm gonna go through and do them again and see if I can beat my times. Has nothing to do with setting world records, has nothing to do with beating world records. Heck, if I beat a world record, great, but that's not my main goal. You know how many people have tweeted at me being like, "LOL, I beat your record, Megasnoop." I don't care. Congratulations. congratulations, that's great. You upload it to the website and then try to get better than that. Like, better yourself. Who cares how you did in comparison to me? Better yourself. Work on getting a better time for yourself, not because you beat Megasnoop on the internet. I don't care. I mean, I care a little bit because congratulations, but my feelings aren't hurt because you beat my time is what I should be saying. I encourage you all to beat my time, but don't rub it in my face. I don't care. I don't care enough for you to rub it in my face. Does that make sense? I digress. So what's been going on is, like, on the forums, there have been people who are really nitpicky and complaining, being all like, well, one person did a run where they had help with their other toon, and they did an amazing run. They did all of Toontown Central in like 2 hours and 14 minutes, which is just an unbelievable time. It's unheard of. But people started getting nitpicky about the fact that, okay, should that count as a co-op run? Because he didn't really do it by himself with that one toon. Technically, he was helping with his other toon, who summoned invasions and summoned buildings and helped him out doing that. And like, I feel like people are getting too nitpicky about this. Here's what it should come down to. He did the run, he kind of found a loophole in the rules, so what they did is they're like, that seems to harm the integrity of the run. The whole point of a solo run is that you should be able to do it by yourself and see what your skill is without having any help from friends or whoever else is there. That way, people who don't have really high toons can still participate in the runs and be able to compare their times to other people's times. That way they can kind of feel where they are as far as the leaderboard goes, and it's more fair for the solo runs. The co-op runs are for people who want to be able to have friends who can teleport to them, summon invasions and buildings for them, and that's absolutely fine. That's why there's two categories. So that one can be for people who are trying to do it all by themselves, who don't have the ability to have friends and viewers help them, and then people who can have all the resources in the world and have other toons summon invasions and buildings, etc., etc. I initially said this, and then I had a lot of people attacking me. They're like, then why did you send yours as solo? I submitted mine as solo for the same reason that the other guy submitted his as solo, is because as someone who was streaming it, I wasn't breaking any rules by having people run around and join my battles and summon invasions. But because now that there's a rule about it, being like, hey, if you are having that much help, it should count as co-op. Yeah, I'll gladly switch mine from solo to co-op. I already messaged Connor, the moderator, about it, and he's like, yeah, sure, I'll swap yours from solo to co-op. So by the time this video's up, they've already been swapped from solo to co-op, and that's fine. I don't care. It's me trying to do the run as best I can to see what time I can get. That way I can try it again and see if I can better my time. Other people nitpicking and trying to like break it down, being like, Megasnoop, you did it wrong, you're dumb. Y'all need to calm down. So if you see any more of those people, link them this video and just give them this rant, and that way they can know that they're being stupid. Okay, thank you. But hopefully that doesn't discourage anybody from trying speedrunning Toontown, because I think it's a really fun thing to do. And as I'm recording this, I'm pretty sure Connor, the moderator, is going to add even more lists of things that people can speedrun, such as doing factories and mints, and you guys can experiment and try with your friends and see how fast you guys can do it. I think that could be really fun for a lot of people to get into. Another building means another topic. Here we go. By the way, if this episode ends up being longer than the entire Lord of the Rings trilogy, I apologize. I just really want to get this done. Toonie the Tiger will be in DDL by the end of this episode, I promise you. But something that's come up that is actually relevant is the fact that I'm very, very thirsty, and I can't do anything about it. Oh, you're gonna offer me your Snapple? You're so sweet. I love my girlfriend, she's amazing. But yesterday and today, the apartment building shut our water off. Not because we were using too much or anything, but because of the fact that they needed to do maintenance on the pipes. So they've been working on the maintenance yesterday and today, and so they have the water shut off during like normal business hours. So they expect everyone to be at work or whatever. I guess technically I am. Ooh. So I guess I'm at work, but it's still at home, and I still want to go get a glass of water and wash my hands and, you know, flush the toilet. By the way, do not go into the bathroom. It is disgusting in there, because I didn't know that when water's off and you flush the toilet, it doesn't actually go down. It just kind of sits there. Would not recommend. So it's been kind of tough not having water. Am I drop miss? I feel really bad. I hate my life. So it's been kind of tough not having water, but we tried to compensate for it yesterday. So all of yesterday, what we did is we didn't even spend any time here. It was my day off. It was Monday, so I didn't stream. I wasn't really making videos. I try not to record videos on Monday. Sometimes I can't help myself because I just love making videos so much. But I tried to resist it, and we spent most of the day at the beach, which from here isn't that bad. It's like an hour to an hour and a half drive out to the beach. And I took Randy around, and we visited Seaside. If you're anywhere near Oregon, you know what Seaside is. It was really dark and gloomy. She likes the dark and gloomy, though, so she really enjoyed it there. but the beaches in Oregon are always cold, and they're always like rainy, and even in the middle of summer, which it is now, just starting summer, it was like 90 degrees here in Portland, and then we went to the beach and it was like 60 and overcast, and it rained a little bit, but it's all in good fun because we went around and we took a look at all the shops, and there were some really cool shops, like some really cool shops. They had some like t-shirt shops and this marijuana shop that didn't actually sell marijuana, but it had like all the marijuana merchandise, like marijuana t-shirt, marijuana bumper sticker. I think they even sold bongs. It was kind of weird. Can I talk about this in a Toonie the Tiger episode? Is this okay? Screw it, I'm doing it. It is legal in a lot of places. Like, it's legal in Oregon. People can smoke marijuana in Oregon. I don't, okay? It's not that I'm trying to not be a bad influence on you kids or anything. Like, if it's legal and I wanted to do it, I would probably do it. But I don't. It's not an interest of mine. Like how skiing is legal, but I'm not a big fan of skiing. I'm not gonna go skiing all the time. But they had a bunch of other different shops, and what was really funny is while we were there was like this family, and this lady was pushing a stroller, and she had like a 1-year-old in the stroller or whatever, and we were just driving by as this was happening, and somebody made a comment that they're like, wow, where'd you get all those shirts from? And I kind of look out the window, and it turns out the baby in the stroller, while they were in the store, grabbed a bunch of shirts off like one of the racks or whatever, I guess one of the tables, and just like pulled them onto the stroller, and they're just walking around with like literally a stack of like pink shirts in the stroller, and the mom sees this, she goes, oh, how did we walk out without anyone noticing? Like, I love how that's the first thing that came to her mind, is the fact that they got away with it too. But after realizing what they had done, they're like, we need to go return these right now. Let's go. Like, just to be there in that moment was pretty funny. So you don't usually see those moments happen all that often. Maybe on like a meme website or something, but to be there when that moment happened, pretty legendary. And then they had like that candy shop that was, oh, it was such a wonderful little candy shop, where they had all sorts of candy and like deep fried Twinkies covered in chocolate and ice cream, and I need to go back there when I'm not poor. I'm gonna take Randy with me, and we're gonna get all the candy and all the chocolate, and we will. And then we're gonna ride on the bumper carts and play the mini golf and have a nice fancy seafood lunch there. It's gonna be amazing. So if you guys have never been to Seaside but you live in Oregon, definitely take a trip up to Seaside. But make sure you have like $200 on you before you do that, because you will spend it all. I love this series where I can just sit here and rant about anything I want to talk about and just like talk to you guys, and we can just talk. It's like, yeah, I'm playing Toontown and it's Toonie the Tiger, but like, let's talk about stuff, you know? I love it. Like, it doesn't even have to be relevant stuff. It's like, hey, look, I got my picture back up. I don't know if you guys saw in the last episode, I had a picture up. And then this episode, somehow between moving from my last place to this place, I lost all of my thumbtacks. And it was only about 20 minutes ago that I got thumbtacks again. But I got thumbtacks again so I can start putting stuff on my wall. So this was the first thing, because this is one of my favorite pictures ever. My sister gave this to me for Christmas. I don't know if you guys know the story behind this. Usually I'm not a really big sap for Christmas gifts. If there's something for Christmas that I want, I just go out and buy it. I don't care. I wanted a PlayStation 4. I bought a PlayStation 4. And that's what that is right there. I got a PlayStation 4 right there. That's my PlayStation 4 I bought with my money, because I was like, you know what? I want a PlayStation 4. I can't count on my parents to buy me a PlayStation 4. Are you kidding me? They would never do that. So I unwrapped this for Christmas one year, and it's two of my favorite things, Harley Quinn and Gurr from Invader Zim. And it was like specially made, one-of-a-kind drawing, and it's amazing, and I love it very much. So that was one thing I never thought I'd ever get, and it's cool. I just want to share that with you guys. You know, have a little personal moment. Yeah, so Smirky sent me like a million messages because of the fact that here's another topic I can talk to you guys about. Twitch is showing a lot of love to their affiliates, and I want to not be salty about this because I want to be happy for my friends who are affiliates, but I'm gonna be a little salty about it just because it's kind of a kick in the nards, you know? I'm not waiting for this kid. I'm sorry, I'm not doing it. Can I bring my squeak? Listen, sir, we don't appreciate that kind of language in Toontown Rewritten. So anyway, Twitch decided to have this affiliate program where affiliates can get bits and have like special privileges through Twitch. And the thing you need in order to become a Twitch affiliate is you need to be able to stream 2 times a week and have at least 3 viewers. So literally anybody who streams consistently can get it. Like, it's so easy to get. Everybody was super happy when they got it, and it's congratulations to everybody who did get it, but like literally everybody has it. Like, anybody who streams regularly has it. And so now they've decided that they should give all affiliates a sub button, so people can now sub to affiliates. So which means, guys, if you're out there, you can now sub on Twitch to SmirkyB16. You can now sub on Twitch to Loopy Goopy G. You can now sub to on Twitch Scars. Nobody knows who Scars is. I'm sorry. My friend Brian, I used to live with him. He's a great guy, but don't sub to him, sub to me. And it's like, I have to be happy for these guys because it's a really big step for them, and they've always wanted a sub button and to be able to earn extra revenue off of streaming and kind of have it be like a part-time job for them, and that's great. But it takes away from what's special about us Twitch partners like me and Gag Strategist. Like, if you look at a Twitch stream that is a partner versus a Twitch stream that is an affiliate, they almost look identical. The only difference is that a partnered stream has a little check icon on it, so you know that they're partnered, right? But that's it. That's the only difference that they get, and it's kind of sad. I mean, there's like little minor differences. For instance, like when Smirky gets his sub button, he doesn't get to choose what his little code is for his emote. It might be Smirk this, Smirk hype, whatever, but he doesn't get to choose, whereas partners get to choose. Yeah, big difference, right? And I guess the biggest difference is that with partners, they get multiple emotes, whereas affiliates only get one emote. So if you're subbing to Smirky, you're going to get one emote. But if you sub to your pal Megasnoop, you get 15. Yeah! Sub to me, I got 15 emotes. Also, if you got Amazon Prime, feel free to connect it to your Twitch account, get a subscription to your favorite streamer every 30 days. And your favorite streamer's named Megasnoop, remember that, kids. So of course I'm happy for them, but the fact of the matter is, though, it does kind of hurt my stream a little bit because having subscriptions on Twitch and getting donations and bits and ad revenue from YouTube, that's how I make my living. That's how this roof is over my head right now, is that I'm able to get money from doing this stuff and be able to pay my bills with it. And again, I'm happy for Smirky, but a lot of the people who are subbed to me love Smirky a lot more than they love me. Like, they like me, don't get me wrong, but they love Smirky. They love him. And if you've seen any Smirky streams, you know that this is true. They shower him with bits and money, and they're like, oh, it's so sub to you if you had a sub button. And so now that he's gonna have a sub button, they're gonna go sub to him, which is cool. Go have fun. But like, the downside is that a lot of my subscribers subscribed with Twitch Prime, that little sellout little whisper thing I did 10 seconds ago, and you only get one of those. You can only sub to one person with that. And so if people pull it from mine and sub to him instead, I now lose half my subscribers. It's like, I have nothing against Smirky. Smirky's a great guy, and I would highly suggest you support him and give him monies. It's just that I feel kind of cheated from Twitch, that they decided that, hey, everybody who gets 3 viewers and streams 2 times a week should be eligible for the same thing that Twitch partners who stream 5 to 7 days a week, multiple hours, and built a community from the ground up, getting tens and even hundreds, maybe even thousands of viewers. They get the same exact treatment, basically. And so it hurts a little bit. Again, I have nothing against Smirky or Loopy or anybody who has a sub button now. It's just that I'm kind of hurt by Twitch because of that. It is what it is. So anyway, that's what Smirky's been messaging me about lately, because he's all like, he was super excited about it, so he messaged me, and then he was super sad because I explained to him what that means for me, and he's like, no, I'm sorry, I've been sitting here shoving it in your face. I'm like, don't feel sorry, I'm not mad at you, happy for you, it's all good. I hit myself in the head for some reason. I'm stupid. So I think what this means for me is that either, fingers crossed, I continue getting subscribers and viewers on my stream. But if too many pull out their subscription from me and go to Smirky or Loopy or whoever else instead, just means I'll probably have to start looking for a second job sooner than I anticipated. Especially with the whole idea that, you know, this is Toontown. It's not a growing community by any means. I'm not stupid. Its days are numbered. I know it. You know it. We all know it. I'm not gonna do this forever anyway. I'll have to go get a second job eventually. Just didn't think it would be, you know, next week. But I digress. I don't want to sit here throwing a pity party. You know how many comments I get from people being like, Megasnoop, you complain too much. You're so whiny. I hate you. It's like, why do you watch me then? Go watch Smirky. He's happy all the time. Man, I'll complain if I want, but I really try not to complain too much. I just try to show you the perspective that I'm seeing things from. Also, if you ever hear me complain about the game, just realize like 99% of the time it's a joke. For some reason, people don't understand that. When I complain about Toontown written like, this is stupid, no skip button, what a dumb glitch. I really don't care. I really don't. It's a game, it's free. I literally have 0 complaints with it. So if you ever hear me complain about the game, like from a stupid glitch or TTR fixing a glitch or TTR not fixing a glitch, the truth is, deep down, I don't really care. For some reason, to this day, no matter how many times I've stated that and however many videos and streams, people still don't understand that. I'll have to write it somewhere. Put it on an annotation as soon as you click on the video to have a little disclaimer, be like, disclaimer, Megasnoop does not take 90% of this game seriously. So if he's complaining about something, don't take it seriously. Thanks. All right, but with this final cog, that's another building down. Have we done 3 now? I think this is 3. So that means only 4 more to go. And we are gonna speed run through this. I swear we're gonna make it. And for the sake of time, we are gonna speed up the next building so that this video doesn't end up being 45 minutes long. Thank you. Sit back and enjoy the ride. Dude, 2 full districts in Toontown? What is this? What? So any whoozy what's it? But that was just a quick building. That way we weren't wasting too much time on this video. And now we can sit down and have some conversations again. Yeah. Also, fun story. While we were doing that, the water came back on. So that's actually why I had to get up and go. Because the water came back on. So I left all of the faucets running so that once it came back on, we'd know. And so I had to get up and turn off all the faucets. I don't care. We're stealing this building. I'm gonna get banned, but this is my building now. Did they say full? No, they didn't. So whose building is it? It's my building, suckers. Joey, don't ban me. Don't feel bad. They're like 10 years old anyway. They gotta learn life isn't fair. Don't worry, I got this wicked tune-up coming in hot. I need to throw this away, by the way. Be right back. So anywho, I got a couple more topics to talk about while I've got your guys' attention. Number one is this really funny instance that I only saw because, believe it or not, I saw it in an Evil Coach Z video. So yeah, sue me. I've watched a few Evil Coach Z videos. I don't hate the guy. I have no reason to hate the guy. People ask me all the time, they're like, what do you think of him? Do you hate him? No, I mean, dude makes quality content YouTube videos for people's entertainment. That's what I do. So we basically do the same thing, just on 2 different mediums. Mine is closer to the, hey there, Toons, let's be helpful. And his are more like, hey there, Toons, let's exploit 10-year-olds who don't know how to play the game properly. I digress. I was getting off track. So I was watching an Evil Coach Z Twins Evil dude, and he was talking about this funny instance that happened on like the Toontown written Reddit about somebody getting banned and then like completely not getting told why they were banned. And I was like, yeah, this sounds like kind of a standard thing where Toontown Rewritten will not exactly tell you why you were banned. But no, like this was just a lazily filled out email. Like, you know those email templates that are like, dear resident, thank you for participating in said contest. Here is your generic reply, right? This is one of those things. So it legitimately said, we've been monitoring activity on your account so-and-so and happen to notice a violation of Toontown Written's terms of service for bolded rule that they broke. And then it goes on to say, you said, and then in brackets it says, chat logs go here, remove underline. And then it says, you know, we've suspended your account for a month and permanently disabled your chat. It's so obvious that whoever brought up the email template just like sent it without thinking. And I guess the big disturbance about it is the fact that they never did a follow-up email to like correct their mistake. And that's what everybody's like, the Toontown Written staff sucks. Dude, I don't even think this is bad. Like, I don't know why everyone's complaining about this. This is funny, but I don't care. Like, let's not make this thing a bigger thing than it needs to be kind of thing. I say thing a lot. I'm sorry. But I think people are reading way too much into this. Like, they look at this one little instance. They're like, the Toontown Written staff isn't qualified to run a private server. So who is qualified to run a private server? Who would you rather be doing it? Like, I just want to share this with you because I thought it was funny that, like, somebody on the Toontown moderation staff just blanked it that hard and they just completely forgot to type in the stuff and just sent it. Like, listen guys, listen, everybody makes mistakes. Everybody has those days. But legitimately, I wouldn't hold this over their head. This is just so, it's so nitpicky to hold over their head. You want to hold something over their head? You go back and hold Toonfest over their head because that is something they promised and then they delayed and then they never actually went through it. And then they're like, whoops, we're sorry. And that's really all we got from it. So if you're going to hold anything over Toontown Written's head, that's a biggie. This is nothing. This is whatever. But I thought it was funny and I'd share it with you guys. That's why it gets thrown in a Toonie the Tiger episode instead of getting its own video. I don't think it's big enough to have its own video because I don't care. I say one more sound should probably finish off this building. Yeah. This kid's like Craigasming over how much experience he's getting. He's like, the experience is so good. Ooh! It's just so funny how into it some people get on Toontown. Like, they completely, like, take over their character. They don't use the chat system like it's a chat log. They use it as if they're actually talking for their tune. The mouse was just like, the XP, it's so good, ooh! Do you think he would actually do that in person? I wouldn't think that everybody who talks that way in the game would talk that way in person. I think Vibrant Valley 100% is, like, the only place that people legitimately talk like themselves, whereas any other tune you meet throughout the game, they're just like, yeah, we're cool, woo. The 2-story is taken. That's not a good sign. When a 2-story at the end of the street is taken, oh, here's a 4-story. I was gonna say, if a 2-story at the end of the street is taken, it's usually not a good sign. It means that somebody's run all the way up and down the street, found a 2-story and said, well, that's good enough for me because there's no better offers. So this is either a recent building or the person who passed by here is just blind. Like the Helen Keller of Toontown walked down Sleet Street and just missed this building. Speaking of Helen Keller, you guys want to hear a joke? All right. So Helen Keller walked into a bar, and then a chair, and then a table. That's funny. You know, people probably won't get that joke because they don't know who Helen Keller is. Y'all need to learn your history. Those people who make like Anne Frank jokes, and people are like, who's Anne Frank? I don't get it. Okay, guys, just for future reference, you're learning this from your old pal Megasnoop. Bet you didn't know you were gonna learn something today. So if anyone makes a Helen Keller joke, it's a blind joke because Helen Keller is blind. And if anyone makes an Anne Frank joke, they're making a Jew joke. And those are usually really touchy, so I would stray away from those usually. But you know, make all the Helen Keller jokes you want. That's good. Good stuff. Oh, he likes your gumball backpack. Oh, for once you're the one getting noticed in a building? You know, should I ask this person if they know who Megasnoop is? Should I ask them if they have Amazon Prime? If they can connect? I'm gonna do it. But hey, do you have Amazon Prime? Kiki Tinker Squeak. Kiki, do you have Amazon Prime? Like, well, did you know you can connect your Amazon account to your Twitch and get a free sub to your favorite streamer every 30 days? Wowza. He says, I did not! We are teaching the people this generation. It's up to me. Twitch.tv/guy strategist. Thanks. For real though, is this what it's come down to? Me just going into Toontown, asking random tunes if they've got Amazon Prime, if they want to connect it to their Twitch account? Okay, legitimately, this person who looks like they're 7, and I'm guessing they're 7 because their name is Sugarcakes2010, went to all my like my parody videos and started like leaving comments of the lyrics of those videos. Like, no joke, I'm pretty sure this person is 7 years old. Oh my goodness, they make videos and they look like they're 7 years old. You have to see this. Come here. Come here. Sugarcakes2010. This is real.
She does look like she's 7.
She is so 7 years old. She is 7 years old making YouTube videos. It says, hey, go check out Case Clicker on Roblox, winky face, winky face. She's like 7! She's got a video that's 36 seconds long and it's just called subscribe. Why is she on YouTube? I make some weird suggestive comments on YouTube. She can't be watching my videos. This video, I made a Helen Keller and Anne Frank joke. She can't be watching that. This one's just called Yay with a bunch of emojis and then we're at Disney. Well, I guess since we're on the topic of reading YouTube comments, because that's what I do while I'm sitting here recording a Tune of the Tiger, I was like, let's just look at some YouTube comments. Woo! I got a couple more that I want to share because they're just stupid enough to be funny. First one we got is from Jor loves food. He says, Megasnoop, what is the name of your channel? The name of my channel is youtube.com/gagstrategist. Up to me today. My Twitch is twitch.tv/loopygoopyg. It actually amazes me that people, like, you do realize that all of my links are down in the description. You can look at it. Just look at all of them. You're down there. Click them. Learn something new. Educate yourself. So did sound just miss and then throw missed? Are we dead? Is this is this real life right now? This is real life. I'm about to die. No, I'm not. I'm just getting hit a lot. Maybe getting hit on a lot by those 7-year-olds on my YouTube channel. You gonna beat up the 7-year-olds?
Oh yeah.
And then comment number 2 we got is from Braining. He left this comment on my greening video. I made a video just discussing greening for like 12 minutes or something, and he says, of course you put greening in green letters, and then puts an annoyed face because I don't know. Like, he seems annoyed by the fact that I put greening in green letters for some reason. Like, this is an epidemic for him. He's like, oh, of course you would. Everyone does. Why can't you be different? Putting greening in green letters? I am just disgusted by this. Megasnoop, you're an unoriginal creator, and your content is trash. And you're fat and you smell bad. Like, of all the things to be annoyed about, like, it's a greening video. It's a very controversial topic, right? You should be able to say, oh, I agree with greening is okay in some instances, or oh, I think greening should not be allowed at all, or who cares about greening? It's fun. Like, that would be something to have a stance on, but no. How dare he put the word greening in green letters? Not that it has to emphasize anything or something. So this literally goes back to like the beginning of the video when I was talking about people who complain about really stupid things. Because people will complain about the stupidest things. And it surprises me. Like, I want to have faith in the fact that this world is filled with good people. But everywhere I turn, there is a lot of not good people. There is a lot of jerks who feel entitled that everything belongs to them when it doesn't. You have to work for what you get. You have to earn every bit of it. And the only thing that's constant in life is the fact that you are living and one day you will die. So everybody is stuck in this hellhole together. So if we could just maybe be nice to each other, we can get through it together one step at a time. But just because your life sucks doesn't mean you need to bring everyone else down to your level. I just had to say that. I get that off my chest. I feel like it's a lot of old people. A lot of old people don't understand that for some reason. Like, one of the biggest issues is that a lot of older people are sacrificing the future of humanity for their own selfish gains, which won't mean anything. The dead guy with the most money is still dead, guys. If you die with the most money, all you'll be remembered for is at one point in time you had the most money, and now nobody cares anymore. Like, that's true. Like, I mean, this could get controversial and people listening probably don't care about it, but like, the oil companies, they're kind of killing the ozone layer here. Legitimately, global warming is a thing, believe it or not. It is not whether or not you believe in global warming, it's whether or not you understand global warming. You can't just choose not to believe in it. That's like being like, I don't believe in cows, therefore they don't exist. That's not true. Cows still exist. They're everywhere, and they're making lots of sweet milk, whether you believe in them or not. So it's around. It's taking effect, and we need to do something about it. But you know who doesn't care? The old guys who are like 70 years old and making $1 billion off of oil, who will literally sacrifice the future of the human race because they want money now. It's my money and I want it now. I found another building. Oh wait, we're not in an invasion district anymore. Oh well, we can do it. Who cares? We'll be fine. So if you've stayed this far into the video, I appreciate it and thank you for that. But also, please learn that if you're watching this, you are probably 18 or younger. And you need to know that you need to help save the future, guys. It is up to us. We are the next generation. This mouse right here is the next generation. So if you're watching this right now, you are part of the future generation. And I think we need to take that a little bit more seriously. If you have the chance to do something and to change something, make the world a slightly better place, even if it's slightly, I say do it. Man, that got serious all of a sudden. Let's take like a step back and talk about snow cones. I like snow cones. You like snow cones? Snow cones are the best! Anyway, we're coming up to the last building here. After this, I get to go talk to the old man, fish for something, and then turn that in and be done and can finally start Donald's Dreamland. It's been a long journey. I want to thank you all for sticking with me for so long. This series has been going on for like 2 years now and has a disappointing amount of videos for being 2 years old now. I know it's been a long episode, but I want to thank you guys for sticking around for such a long episode. It really has meant a lot. And with it being such a long episode, that means I can put more ads on it and get more money. But for real though, I know you guys really like the long episodes. This is probably one of the longest episodes yet. Just because I'm trying to fit everything into it. I know I could have made this 2 episodes, but I was just ready to be done with the Berg. I'm ready to be done with Little Old Man. I'm ready to move on. I'm ready for a new change of pace. And I'm ready for the future. And here we go, the last floor with the last cogs in the last building. And let's hope nothing goes wrong, like lure missing. Okay, it didn't. I totally thought I was gonna jinx it, and it would have been such a great moment for the video, but now it's ruined! It's all ruined! I know, I'm a little over dramatic, it's okay. But that's it, that is the last building. I feel such a sigh of relief. It's like a release from my cage. Maybe that's the fact that I still need to pee. Oh, and Little Old Man building is not a building on this street, so I can just like go to it. That was really poorly sentence structure. I bad English. The Blizzard Wizard has not been taken over by the cogs, and therefore I can enter it as a toon building. That's what I should have said. Although I'm not go fishing. Woo! Fishing. Best part of Toontown is fishing. If I get a devil ray right here, I'm not even gonna title this End of Berg. I'm just gonna title this I Got a Devil Ray. And that's gonna be the title of the video. I got a devil ray. But I probably won't, because I'm gonna get it in like one cast here. And nope. And this one. Nope. This one. Nope. This one. Got it. And woo, I'm tired from this effort, must rest now. Yeah! That's the end of the video. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Stay tuned and God bless and peace. I gotta pee.